for this particular episode, we got something different for y'all. We're gonna do a rapid fire.
Rapid fire?
Yeah, we're gonna do I'm not shooting you, but we're gonna do a rapid fire.
Okay.
So what's gonna happen is we're gonna ask each other real, like, some gonna be off the wall, some gonna be real blanket statement questions.
Okay.
But the kicker is we can't react to them.
We can't?
We can't react to them. So
I can't even give you a facial expression.
No, I prefer you didn't. So what's gonna happen? I'm gonna ask the first question. You're gonna ask the second question. We're gonna keep going like that.
No explanation.
No explanation.
Okay.
All right.
Safe space.
For now.
Okay.
For now. First question. What's the fastest way to boost your credit score?
Paying your bills on time. Worst financial mistake you've ever made?
A woman. No reaction. One thing you've refused to spend money on?
Ass. What's a luxury item that was 100% worth the money?
My financial literacy. What's the biggest red flag when applying for a loan?
Not having my credit right. What's the best advice you've ever received about money?
Scared money don't make none. If you had $250,000 today, what would you invest it in?
IUL. One piece of financial advice you'll give your younger self.
I would tell myself that my wants don't supersede my needs. What is your favorite thing to splurge on? What would be your favorite thing to splurge for if you had a 800 credit score?
I was thinking about that Ferrari, man, but I'm a chiller.
You too long for a Ferrari anyway, bro.
No way.
Yeah.
Nah.
You a lanky motherfucker.
Not if some of those NBA players can sit up in it,
and
man.
then you gotta think about getting your head in there.
We're gonna have the drop top, bro.
Oh, okay. You're right. My bad.
My lady gonna have her hair in the breeze, man.
Okay.
I've already visioned that.
You know, Nigerians don't like their hair blowing in the wind, bro.
That's too bad my girl's not Nigerian.
Oh, you're right. She's Jamaican. You Nigerian.
Yes.
So your hair can blow in the wind.
I don't have it. What's up, y'all? Get ready to break it down and level up. Welcome to Doing Numbers, your #1 financial literacy podcast in the world. Clap it up. I'm your host, Olu.
I'm your host, Scott Howell.
So bring your pen and pad because it's about to get real.
Welcome to another episode of Doing Numbers.
Yeah.
I hope y'all got y'all pen and pad. We're going to run down a few things. We're going to touch on a few topics, and we're going to circle it back for our Zero to Savvy. But, how you doing today, bro?
Man, I'm feeling great. I'm feeling inspired. I got a lot on my mind right now, though.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I got a lot on my mind, man, because over the past couple weeks, honestly, man, my January's been phenomenal, though.
Okay.
So let me start out by that, because I got a huge surprise that I want to, show our viewers, and I want to show you too, man.
Okay.
So many of you may have not known. I think you know, because we talk all the time. I was in the process of obtaining my life and health certification.
That's right.
To become licensed.
Mm-hmm.
That was a self-course, self-paced situation.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to knock it out, y'all. So I wanted to show y'all a little something today. Here we go. Your man.
Y'all see the mug shot?
Your man is now, well, this is just me showing that I passed the test, but I officially have my life and health insurance license, y'all.
Congratulations, bro.
So we can talk big now.
What does that mean, your life and health insurance?
So what does that mean? What that means is I'm actually able to help and educate not only our people, which we're in dire need of, but the masses on how to protect their money long term and build generational wealth.
That's dope, bro. You get to be a service to your community.
I do.
How does that feel for you?
Oh, it feels powerful, man, because that's what, I feel like I was put on this earth to do. I remember in what episode was that? Because we in what? So now we gotta, you know what I mean? We gotta go back a little bit, and that feels good. Yeah. So I think it was like episode 2 where it was the introduction to and my name and what the purpose of it was. And I sat there and I told you I was here to provide and be a source to others. And this is a step towards that.
Congratulations, though.
Man, I appreciate it, bro.
Man.
I wouldn't be able to do it without the man above, so I definitely appreciate him for those long nights, sitting up studying, man. Passed it on my first go. And not that matters, but it feels good to me. And now I'm ready to just kickstart it, man. What's up, bro? You over there scratching your ear a little bit?
Yeah, bro. You thank God. And you said it was from the second episode, but you didn't thank me. God gave you life, but I gave you purpose. I defined your name for you. I walked you through that process. I'm wearing this fly-ass jacket
No,
for
it's
you.
fly, bro.
You know
I ain't gonna cap. Hey, you doing it today, my G.
you, bro.
Hey, that's clean. No cap, that's clean.
This guy. Anyway.
So, I'm able to help, man. So, you know, we can have conversations about what that looks like now. It makes our podcast even more credible. You know, not to say that we weren't credible in the beginning, because we're helping people with our journey. You know, we're not stepping over and crossing boundaries that we're not capable of being in. Sure. But now having this ability, it's just setting us apart, man. So I'm happy for us.
And you ain't got to get that disclaimer no more.
I don't. I don't. So we can talk anything you guys want to talk about. Term insurance, universal life insurance, annuities, PPPs, which is personal private pension plans. I mean, the list goes on the conversations that we can have, that I'm here for, to help you guys and just educate everybody. So
that's amazing, bro. Congratulations.
Yeah, Thank you, bro. Thank you. So aside of that, though, I was having a conversation with Sim, and we were in the car. We were taking Io down to Florida, and this little nugget, or honestly, it was a gem, because we was just in the car, just passing back and forth, like crazy, like dialogue, bro. Like, and one thing that I had hit her with, and I need to go to my phone to bring it back up, so excuse me. It was basically, and I'm gonna paraphrase because I don't got time to go through, but it was basically like, I've noticed that a lot of people, including myself at times, I take what I'm good at and I let that define who I am, rather than letting that be my floor to what's above that and what's next.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's been times, bro, where, you know, like I was good at baseball. You know what I'm saying? When Coach Mike was on here, he explained, you know, that whole story. And that was all I knew that I was really good at.
So you didn't explore the other options?
I didn't explore the other options.
Got you.
I didn't know that, you know, that's just the floor. And that's dope. But to get that far, you gotta know that there's something more to obtain above that.
That's not your limit.
That's not my limit. And now I'm stepping into that space and that realm, bro, and it feels great.
So I'm the type of person who needs to be challenged into spaces like that. And one of my dear friends from grade school came with such a challenge.
Okay.
Me and Nikki out at what I believe was her older cousin's birthday party. We had both got a call from this friend on FaceTime, and that's not really typical. They usually call one or the other. But we both got a call. I look at her like, she called you? She was like, yeah, she called you? I said, one of us in trouble. Like, something going on. So, backstory, this friend is getting married, right? Her guy proposed to her not too long ago, and we were all happy about it, XYZ. So, we get the call, hoping nothing's wrong with that. So, we call her back once we get in the car. Like, hey, bro, I just wanted to call you guys to see if you would do something for me, and this is the type of person that you would do anything for. So, she was like, hey, I need you to, because you and Nikki are like two of the people that we know love in a real way, XYZ, and you're very outspoken about it, you're very at the forefront advocating for you guys' love. I said, yeah, facts, got you. She was like, would you officiate our wedding? I'm like, absolutely. Yeah, hell yeah, whatever you need, I got you. So she hangs up the phone. I say, hey, Nick, what the fuck is an official? She was like, what? You don't know what it is? And you said, yeah? So she was like, basically, you're going to be marrying them. I said, but I'm not a priest. Like, I don't understand. She was like, you don't have to be a priest to marry somebody. I was like, what did I say yes to? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta stand in front of all these people. I gotta, in front of God, I gotta basically patch this union together. I'm responsible for that.
Yeah.
And that was a heavy responsibility. So, needless to say, I'm taking a course now to get my certificate to be an officiate, bro.
That's dope.
Yeah, I'm going to be marrying people in a better city of Chicago.
You a unique guy, bro.
You think so?
You are.
Thanks, bro.
Out of all my friends, bro, people I've come across, I've never heard one say they want to go down that route.
I've never wanted to. I'm doing it for the good sis, because like I said before, it's certain people in your life that help you arise to an occasion and your purpose. And I speak a lot of life into people, and the next step to that is strengthening the Black household. So that'll be my part in doing that.
Now, I guess where do you go from there with this? Like, does this have? And we're in a capitalist world, so we got to talk about if it's bringing any type of bag in.
Yeah, that's true.
So, and we're doing numbers. So, does this gradually, accumulate into funds?
It can.
Okay.
It very can. It really, really can. So my idea was after this ceremony, of course, this will be pro bono because it's family.
Okay.
But moving forward, I think I'll establish a business in Chicago where I'm either doing weddings or teaching other people how to do so.
Wow.
So, yeah, man, I'm gonna be. You remember that time Boosie started doing weddings?
I don't think I've seen
Man,
that. I
y'all
don't think I want to see it.
That's gonna be me. I'm gonna be the hood official.
Oh, so you doing it a whole nother way? You putting a twist on it?
Yeah, man. Again, because you gonna charge for it,
right?
And I ain't just trying to charge the regular weight.
You got to give them an experience.
That's exactly right.
Got you.
This is a moment that they'll cherish for the rest of their lives. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be on video. It's gonna be on camera. They're gonna watch it back 10 years from now.
Right.
And you have to do your best to make that moment special but memorable too. You know what I'm saying?
I follow.
Yeah.
So what does something like that require?
So you need a certification.
Okay.
Some certifications could be done online, depending on where you become an officiate at. But it's pretty clear and cut, bro. Like I thought you had to be a minister, or ordained minister. You can get ordained online, and you can get your certification online.
And how is it a self-paced course? Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any like continued education that's needed for something like this?
Once you're done, you're done.
You're done.
Like you could make it your own, and you could work on that side of it. Okay. But once you're certified by the state.
That's dope, man.
Yeah, man.
So that's what your January was looking like, huh?
That's what my November, December, January, shaking in my boots about something so serious. Because I told Nick, like, they know I'm a heathen. Like, why would she choose me? Like, she been knowing me since I was 13, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she knows me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was like, why would you pick me for something like this? But
hey, man, that's love.
I think you just gave me my answer. You said I was special.
Yeah, bro.
So romantic, bro.
They see something in you, man, just like everybody else. It's always that, though. It's always the other people that see the most in you, man.
And I'm grateful.
Find out seeing in yourself. Yeah.
I'm grateful.
You should be.
Yeah.
You should be.
I am.
But I want to talk about this book you gave me, man. I actually been on it, so I hope y'all thought, oh, he just gave him a book just for the podcast to look good. No, I actually started reading this book.
You started reading.
And I did.
That's me giving you purpose again. And you ain't even think to thank me.
I have.
But you just thank me for that.
Yeah. And it's love. And you know what? I had a book for you too. But I'm not going to lie to you. Look, let me tell you this story, man, real quick. Because it's sad for real.
It's sad?
It's sad, bro. Because I was like, oh, this is my opportunity to get my man Scott a book. Everybody gonna see, they pass books back and forth with each other, enlightening one another and whatnot. Man, I went over, I got this book from this lady, sweet old lady, bro. I went to a Hakeem.
Okay.
I went to Invest in the West. They had an MLK event going on.
Got you.
And I went there, and there was a sweet old lady. She was actually talking to Bridget. It was funny. And we was rapping. And she told me, we were talking about financial literacy. She asked me what I do. I said, I have a podcast, the #1 financial literacy podcast in the world. It's called Doing Numbers. Check it out. Blah, blah. She said, oh, baby, let me tell you something. I hope.
That's your old lady voice.
Hey, why y'all keep clowning me on my long voices,
your
man?
impersonations be killing me, bro.
I think they spot on for real.
That's where impersonations come from. Confidence.
A sweet old lady that got game, like, man, baby, let me tell you something about, and she a Southern belle, so, tell you something about. So, I was, and not to be funny though, but, she had some great gems. Like, she was dropping nuggets. I'm like, yo, whoa, like, that's why there's so much power in talking to the elders, bro, because they give you so much sauce that you don't even think about.
Right.
Because they done seen a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I was sitting there listening, and she, hit me with she hooked me. I ain't gonna lie, she a crazy saleswoman. Hooked me. Say, yeah, and by the way, I got a book. I want you to check it out. I said, oh, yeah, you got me sold. Come on. So I walked her to her car, of course, treated her like as if she was my own grandmother. Walked her to the vehicle, and she had a book. She had her book. And I was like, okay, great. I was like, yes, this is a book I'm about to give Scott the next time we hop on the podcast. And she started signing the book with my name inside of it, bro. And I'm like, dang, you know me, man. I'm crazy. I was like, look, maybe I'm gonna just give it to Scott still and just be like, yo, this message is really for you. On some like, you know, let me erase my name, put Scott in there, or just be like, yeah, bro, I just had to write this message in there, but you know what? That was the childish version of you know, I've grown now. I'm turning over a new leaf, so I just had to chalk it to the game and say, hey, this is just my book, and it came with a dope.
You gonna tell me more about this book?
No, bro, because this is why it's sad. Mm-hmm. Because she had a sentimental piece to the book. Mm-hmm. It was an earth keychain. And when she gave me the earth keychain, she said, I want you to always remember, as long as this is in your hand, that you have the world. You have the power to have the world in your hands. I said, oh my God, my boy Scott would have loved that one.
So thank you for thinking of me first off.
Man.
Let me talk to y'all. This is why you need to be real careful with who you choose as friends, y'all. You hear what I'm saying? He not only did he not bring the book, but I don't have the world on my hands no more. I don't have a book with a heartfelt message in it. I don't have any book at all. But he brought you the book I gave him for the Zero to Savvy as the example of what type of book he would bring me that I don't have in my hand. There's no book.
You know what?
Choose your friends wisely, people.
And she and I was going to purchase a second book, but she only had that one book on hand. Mm-hmm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to definitely reach out to her, bro, and I'm going to get that book for you. And I'm going to get the keychain so you can have the world in your hands, too.
Thank you, bro.
Without further ado, y'all, let's get into this financial literacy for all.
Yeah, man. So you read part of the book?
Yes, I've gotten into the book, man. And it's powerful. So far, I've gotten into the point where John is just talking about just like his vision of financial literacy, just how he sees the world and how the middle class, bro, is just really like fending for their lives. And when I think about it, bro, I mean, I'm someone that's in the middle class. I'm not going to sit here in front. Am I fending for my life? No, I understand this is a marathon. Rest in peace, Nip. So I have the stamina and the endurance to continue to move through, but I am looking around me and seeing a lot of people crumble right now, bro. And not, withstanding what's happening. So that part resonated with me, and I'd love to hear what you think about it. Like, how do you feel about the middle class right now and where this economy is shifting?
I think we're at and I say we because I'm a part of the middle class as well. We have a unique opportunity to gain a lot from this administration and our economic climate, because in deficiency, there's also defiance, right? Like we have the opportunity to find our loopholes and how we are being disenfranchised, right? Like they're taking away they're implementing the DEIs, and we're losing our placements in our stores that we like to go to. And it gives us the opportunity to do the FUBU method for us, by us.
Yeah.
Right? Like we can do our own flagship stores, have our own clinics, have our own XYZ, where as in the major departments, we don't have inclusion anymore. And I think Malcolm has had a key point that sometimes you need to separate, right? To establish your own and stop relying on the powers that be to provide us a space and create our own space.
I think that's good, man, because it's one of those things where it's like, you guys ran these laps numerous times now. You've played this game
while holding us in place.
Like, I'm a sports person, so I like to use sports analogies. Like, if I'm on a team, right? Because America, we're supposed to be a team here, but for some reason we find ourselves divided in all different areas and spaces. But we should be running as a team when we're up against other nations and countries. So for me, I like to compare it to if I'm on a baseball field and I'm joining the team and I'm good. Like it really doesn't require a lot of practice for me to get the results that I need to get. But I got people who just coming over and they're like, hey, I like this game. I want to be introduced to it. So therefore, I have to start from ground zero. It's no fun being the only good person on the team. Like, I don't know. Like, What do you think? Because I would want to uplift that person because you only as strong as your weakest link, but it doesn't feel like America is thinking about the weakest links at all.
Well, America was built off that type of standpoint, though. And even on a team, like you said, it would be advantageous for the better players to pull the lesser players up, but that ain't even how teams work. You know what I'm saying? Like the good player on the team want to shine. They want all the things that they practice for. America's no different. Like America was built off the backs of people who were better players, and they went to go scout them for the free, and brought them over here and built a whole nation off their backs and their sweat and their blood.
So where's the coaches though?
The coaches are the CEOs of the Fortune 500, and they want to stay the coach. They want to stay empowered. They want to stay economically superior.
Yeah.
And that superiority with the capitalistic framework doesn't allow for there to be a change in other hands.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In order for America to get to the place that you talk, you have to break it all the way down and build it back up, and that's something that they're not willing to do, being a world power.
I feel you, man. And that's what, because that came to my mind, that metaphor came to my mind because I heard John reading John as that's part of his mission with Operation Hope.
I agree.
And I want to find a way to be a part of that, man. So, John, man, if you listening, this is the second time we done mentioned you in the podcast. Third time we done mentioned you in the podcast.
And I appreciate you hitting me up on IG, liking my story. We appreciate that. Let's have some dialogue. Let's streamline that process.
Oh, John liked your story?
Yeah, man. I don't know if you know. I'm pretty big in these streets, bro.
Yo.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So thank you for that, John. Thank you, John. I appreciate you, man. I don't know if you had AI do it or if you had, you know what I'm saying, your secretary reach out. I don't know who you have running your social media, but I appreciate you reaching out because it meant a lot. Thank you.
Man, that's dope. So yeah, John, 3 times we done had you on or mentioned you. We definitely want to be a part of the movement that you got going on. Mm-hmm. Not sure if you looking for, advocates to join the mission and the purpose that you got set for our community and others out there that are that working middle class that are still trying to figure out financial literacy. Mm-hmm. Because in your book, you talked about it not just being a monetary idea, that is more so about the capacity of knowing and having the knowledge to bring the wedge gap closer rather than spreading it further apart. Mm-hmm. So I would love to be a vessel to that. I'm sure Scott would love to be a vessel to that. Mm-hmm. And we have a ton of other people that would love to be down with what you got going on because that's pretty powerful.
Yeah, man. And he has mediums for people to sign up and to be included and inclusive in his initiatives. So I won't say that he doesn't have that medium open because he does. We just got to be a better conduit for information. What surprised me about him is that my brother's from LA, bro. Yeah. I would have never guessed that.
Compton.
Yeah. You can't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah, man.
I'm grateful for his dialogue about mentorship in that book. He didn't just wait until he was of age to start his mentorship journey. He pulled from everybody along the way, and I think we as a people need to do a better job of not counting people out based off their experience or what they look like.
Right.
I think it's advantageous for us to pull little pieces of everybody we run across. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? To make up our acumen, whether it be professional or personal.
And I think that takes a good amount of vetting, especially nowadays with the chaos that we got going around. You got to find people that are willing to be still. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's a big key to a lot of what success is going to look like on the other side of this. Is how still can you be in this, chaotic situation that we're in. So, I personally, I'm being still. You know what I'm saying? I'm staying focused. I'm locked in on what I have going on. I'm not letting the outside forces, dictate or make me move irrationally. And I think, if we do or strive to bring other people in, they should have that like mindset as well.
I know I spoke on how I feel about us having an opportunity in this degradation of our social class or our economic class. Do you feel like we're at an even playing field now, or do you feel like we're more disenfranchised?
No, I feel like we're more disenfranchised. I think, with the whole DEI thing that you mentioned, it's sad to see. I know there's still a lot of corporations out there that are hanging on to it. So I applaud those corporations that are still sticking to it. But it never feels good to hear, your president, and, I want to take a step back, rest in peace to all those lives and figure skaters and families that were lost in that tragic plane crash up in the DCA area.
R.I.P.
And hearing Trump say that the DEI program had something to do with that, it hurt me. And I think that's when you speak like that, it does keep the playing field unbalanced still.
Oh, I think the intention was to be divisive.
Of course.
To separate one class from the next. Like to be so divisive in your dialogue that it raises those questions and makes you look at your fellow man or your fellow constituent with a side eye. I think politics shouldn't be taken personally, honestly. Even though it affects your life personally, it gives the framework for where our economy is going to go.
Gotcha.
Right? Like it starts with the politics, and then there's a butterfly effect based off of how things already are, the politics that are implemented to where it's going, because the politics is just the game that they give you, right? But that's how they control the American people with the politics. So knowing that, the emotional response is what gets us off our square. You know what I'm saying? So able to sidestep that, you kind of want to have in your framework that this message is prepared. Like it's not actually what's happening in real time. It's just how they want to feed it to us.
Yeah.
So the emotional response is what gets us out of our square, and we should consider that when we digest these feelings about what we see on the TV concerning politics.
And I like to piggyback on that a little bit, because you had sent me something through IG. I don't know if it was Tyrese that said it, or if he just took the post from someone else and just posted on his page. But the chat GPT question that person asked, again, I don't know if it was Tyrese or somebody else, where they asked, like, what would happen to TikTok if the African American culture decided not to, participate
in social media.
In social media, period, bro. Those numbers were crazy.
So what did you think when you saw that? Like, what influence did that messaging have on you?
I mean, it has the same influence that it's been having on me, bro. It's like we have the power and leverage in our hands to really shift this thing the way that we need it to shift. We're just so, like he said, so forgiving as a culture, instead of just standing on 10 when it comes to the divisiveness that we don't agree with. Because you got other cultures out there that's like, yo, bro, you trying to divide us like that? Oh, hell no. But we the ones that is, scurry back over. Oh, sorry, master. Sorry that we, disrupted this whole situation, and now we're throwing everything off.
So for our listeners, just to bring you up to speed, I sent a repost. We don't really know where we found it, but in essence, the post said or highlighted the influence of the African American populace on social media, and the contributions that we make to social media and any media platform in general would basically bankrupt whatever situation we stepped away from. And in that, we have a particular power or leverage, but it requires discipline to exercise those. Now, I honestly don't think that our attention spans are disciplined enough to step away from something, because most people wake up and go directly to their phones, and it's not for business.
No,
it's for social media. It's for a lot of people don't even wake up and check their bank accounts.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I say all that to say this. If we were to step away from social media in its entirety, the economy itself will falter, because we drive culture, we drive finance. Our black dollars are weighted a lot more, and they're wasted. You know what I'm saying? We spend it on frivolous things that don't benefit us in the long run.
You say that again, man.
I don't want to. It's hurtful.
So what is it? Like, because it drives me up a wall, bro. Like me and Sim, we have conversations like this all the time, and I don't even think I asked her, like, what is it? Like, is there an it to shifting from that poor and lack of financial literacy mindset to being affluent in, money management and, making the right, better decisions to, help build generational wealth?
Unfortunately, our people have become so comfortable in the situations that we are in that we've tricked ourselves into believing that there's nothing better for us out there. So that has to change first. And then the next step would be intentionality, like towards where we would want to go. But a lot of people don't not even just our culture, but just culture in general. We're content with what they put in front of us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're easily entertained, easily pacified. That's the reason why John Hope Bryant wrote this book. He's frameworking the process between being financially illiterate, understanding financial literacy, and applying that financial literacy and implementing it into your life so the fog is erased. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So do you feel like the economy that we're in or headed towards, that this was a inevitable thing to occur?
Absolutely, because every great kingdom has to fall at some point. And I think this is like the middle stages of that. Like America is falling. And I think it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay. You can't be number one forever.
Right. That's true. And so does that scare you, though, being that, this has been home for you for, the time that you've been here? What shifts do you plan on making?
Oh, well, this is actually not my first home. Well, I see what you're saying. America is my first home, but I'm a fly by my seat of the pants type of guy if it benefits me and my family and my interests. I moved from Chicago for the first time at 17. That was a huge paradigm shift for me.
Yeah.
But I found value in that move, and I was intentional about that move. I wasn't doing as good as I'm doing now in Chicago, and I don't think that I could. Even now, if I was to move back today, I don't think that I would be flourishing and making the elevational processes like I am now back home. And it's unfortunate that you can't do that there. Well, won't. I won't say can't, because I'm capable. I just refuse to. So the plan is, in the next 5 to 10 years, well, 3 to 5 now with this administration, to move abroad. I'm thinking Ghana, Sweden, Germany, one of those three places. You know what I'm saying?
And it's funny, bro, because I was, and I forgot my man's name. You sent me a video of him, but Sim's grandfather sent us a video, and he was talking about this white guy. He was speaking at a college.
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about? And I wish I knew your name. I'm sorry I don't know your name because, you were really giving gems. And when I find your name, I'm definitely tagging you. But he had this story at the end because he was talking about urban renewal. How it was always set up for, quote unquote, the ghetto was originally, Caucasians, place of living. And then, of course, they got subsidiaries and things for them to be able to move out into the suburbs, which allowed the black people to then take over their situation. And they took along with them their resources, which didn't give us the resources. So that's how we began to construct the ghetto through lack of resources. And just the environment itself wasn't kept up. So after he spoke about all of that, he had a great analogy where he talked about how he had a pot and he was cooking, or his roommate was cooking. And his roommate had made dinner for him. He was like, yeah, man, I'm going to leave the pot on the stove for you. And when you come home, you can eat. And so the guy who we're talking about, he never went into the kitchen to go get the food. So, of course, the food just stayed on the stove. Over a course of, I think he said like maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So, of course, we all know when we leave food out unattended in humid temperatures, what happens to it? It starts to stink up the joint. You get the mold and all of that. And so he basically said, it's funny how him and then everyone else was worried so much about the person who actually left the shit in the stove that they didn't even think to just get the shit themselves, clean it up, and just move on. But they were so agitated at the fact that the person that did it did not come back and correct, their issue or mistake. So I'm saying that to say, like, nobody wants to, work on helping others anymore. Nobody wants to put in that work to see someone, do better in a sense. So if that's the way that, our country is moving and that's how people, really are moving, it's tough to Tim Wise. That's his name, Tim Wise. Appreciate you. It's tough to not want to leave and go somewhere else. I think that's the foundation. We get so used to, man, I'm just focused on me and why that shit ain't get cleaned up. I don't got time to clean it up. When it's like, bro, and like John said, you got to be able to just help and take care of something that's not yours in order to really feel the true fruitfulness that comes from that.
Group economics.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. I believe in that as well. I do. I don't believe America is suited for that type of framework. I do think that the source of something can't change after it's become big enough. Like, and I'll put this into perspective, right? Like if, just say you, right? You're America, you're the country, right? If you've, from the start of your inception until now, right, you're the biggest country in the world economically. If you start off the backs and the blood and the bone of a certain people, you can't then expect for that people to look at you favorably. You can't, because of all of the things that you've perpetuated from your inception on that people. You can't have them look at you in a higher light because of all the experiences that you took them through. So America in that equation is the oppressor of its most equitable driving force. You say you should be able to extend a helping hand towards, how can I say that?
To clean up someone else's shit.
To clean up somebody else's shit. Okay. Whose shit are we cleaning though? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And hence why I gave you the answer that I gave you. I'm moving. I'm getting the hell on.
Right.
Because not only is this not my mess to clean up, but this mess was created off the efforts and the good faith and the positive and spiritual spirit of my people. We're not a we're not a war driven people. We are heavy in spirituality, we're heavy in community, we're heavy in innovation, all the things that will help a country thrive. But none of the things that would keep us from being taken advantage of.
Like, this is for real, y'all. Like, we really do have to wake up. And me and Sim, we joke about that. Like, wake up. We was just listening to one of our partners, man. He was he went on a rant. Shout out to Mike, man. If you watch this episode, yo, that was some real stuff.
You can't get people on the phone. People don't respond back to text messages. People move too slow for me, yo. I'm moving. I record a song, I'm doing a video the next day, if not the same day. I do a photo shoot, I'm editing the photos, putting it out the same day. I'm moving. And once it's out, I'm moving on to the next. Where's the get up and go, yo? Where's the drive? How bad do you want this shit? Because I want it bad.
It was good commentary, but he said some real things, bro. People don't have that get up and go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even right now, where's the get up and go? Y'all, we see what's happening. How are you not like, oh, shit, like, I might have sat back and relaxed before because shit wasn't gonna happen. But now, this shift that we got going on in the economy, BRICS stepping in and now wanting to overpower the US dollar, like, people aren't taking the time to really fathom, like, yo, we really in a fucked up situation right now. Like, I really do need to get up and go.
Yeah, that's facts. And I agree with that to a certain extent. I think most people have built an addiction to resilience, right? Like, I think most of the populace has been so used to being bogged down by their prospective governments that they just think that they got to sit and eat this shit. You know what I'm saying? But there are alternatives to offset the things that you're going through economically.
Yeah.
There are alternatives. And the get up and go also has to do with realizing what time to get up and go.
Yeah.
And there are opportunities in that, but there are also opportunities in resilience. And I think the populace is overstating the opportunities and sticking around rather than getting up and going.
And I say this because this is like, y'all paying attention to what's happening right now, but what's really getting ready to hit us where it hurts, and I'm talking to my millennials right now, us. This is where it's about to hurt us, y'all. We got 76 million baby boomers all retiring right now. That means 13,500 baby boomers a day are retiring. And you're talking about Social Security, right? Having government assistance. That's part of it. 76 million. You think we got enough in that Social Security bank to take care of us after the 76 million baby boomers retire?
Set yourself up.
Like, we got to wake up and understand that where it's going to hit us at is in taxes. In the 40s, in the 50s, 60s, they had taxes as high as 70%. You don't think right now we at like 33%. You don't think we gonna climb higher than that, knowing that there's nothing left in the bank for them to recoup? They gonna come look at us, millennials. Yo, we to y'all pockets now. We up in taxes so we can replenish this Social Security system, even if they decide to do that. But they raising taxes on us. So it's time to wake up and realize what y'all doing and start making some changes. Start making some serious changes, y'all, because it's getting ready to hit us where it hurts.
Dual citizenship is an option.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, please do not take this lightly out here, man.
The world that you know is not going to be the world that you grow up into.
Telling you, it's not.
It's not.
So if we don't stand up, band together, find some way to unite and just swallow that pill with whatever, beef or, not seeing eye-to-eye moments you got with somebody, this is the time, man. This is the time. That's really all I got, man. I got to end on that type of time right there because this is serious, y'all. If you got anything, Scott, man, we can go ahead and wrap up.
No, man, we can't lighten that moment up because it's so urgent. It's so urgent. The time that you think that you got left, you don't have it. I'm going to just be straight with you. You do not have it. You need to set yourself up for tomorrow, not 10 years from now.
For real. The best time to start was yesterday. Facts. The second best time to start is today. Today. Come on, y'all. Let's wake up. If you like what you saw today, if it was powerful for you, make sure you like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel, Doing Numbers Podcast, every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you don't miss it. Peace.